Welcome to Brunettes Who Bitch, where the sports are hot, the takes are hotter, and we don't hold back because life's too short to sugarcoat anything.
Okay, wait. Before we get too deep into this, we should probably actually start the episode.
Yeah, because we've already been talking about this for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we do this all the time, and we're like, we should probably start recording, huh?
So welcome back. We're going to go at this unscripted today, and we're giving the women their flowers.
I feel like we'd be giving our women their flowers a couple of episodes throughout this podcast, but we have to keep these conversations off mic. What?
We keep having these conversations off mic.
Oh, see, it's okay.
Words are hard.
Words are really hard today, bro. All right, so we keep having these conversations off the mic about women's sports, pay, respect, coverage, all that shit.
Mm-hmm. And especially with Team USA women and the Olympics, it just feels like there's a lot to say.
This is very much an unscripted episode, so good luck to us and you.
So if we ramble or get fired up, that's just how much we care.
Question mark?
We're just very emotional people.
Yeah. And if you love sports, or even if you don't yet, this one's for you.
Yay!
So we're gonna let Sam take like the pilot seat for most of this, but before we do that, we got to give the Team USA women's hockey all of their flowers because they have outscored their opponents 31-1, and they go for the gold on Thursday against Canada, who they shut out for the first time in history last week with a 5-0 win. And they also broke the record for most time, or I don't know if it was time or periods, without getting a goal scored on them. Why can't I think of the wording for that right now? A goal against.
There it is.
I know this wording. What is it?
The crazy thing is I saw a tweet the other day, and it was like, oh yeah, the Team USA women's has only allowed one goal. And they were like, no, not in just this one game, throughout all the games. And I'm like, that's insane.
So it's been 6 games. They played 6 games. They got 31 goals, and they allowed 1 against.
And aren't we playing Canada for like the 7th time in history? Is that what I just saw recently?
It might be the 7th time in history for the gold. That I don't know.
I think I saw it on Instagram earlier saying it was like the 7th time, and like we probably have the most history in the Olympic Games, like United States and Canada.
Sense.
North America represent.
Anyway, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but also I hope they shut Canada out. Sorry, Canada.
But you know what I just learned? So when I was at work the other day, me and my coworker, we share the same. What the hell? Now she's muted. Okay.
I'm literally like struggling.
Wait. So like me and my coworker the other day, we were watching like the first hockey game, like the opening hockey game for the Olympics for the women. And I was just genuinely curious because they were talking about one of the girls from Ohio State, like scored her first Olympic goal ever. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I really want to know how many NCAA athletes are actually in the Olympics right now, but like on the hockey team. And that like scatters from like their own home countries as well. There's like D3 athletes, not even just D1s. There's D3 athletes on this. And it's actually incredible. Mm-hmm. And I think there's actually 2 from a school, from a conference that I worked in. But I think they're alumni. I don't think they currently play there, but they're alumni. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, I was that close to like an Olympian. Like I literally worked at the same conference as you guys.
It's
Right.
very small world.
Let's see. I want to get the exact number.
It's a very small world.
2026. I'm just trying to see like the actual number. So at the current Winter Olympics, 53% of the ice hockey Olympians for the women's are NCAA athletes or former.
Okay.
Or former. 40 are current and 82 are alumni. And the top programs are Ohio State, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. But I'm sitting here and I'm like, this is kind of crazy hearing that like these kids could be 18 years old and still competing for an Olympic gold.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, St. Cloud State, they have 8. They're part of the top 5.
Wow, that's shocking.
I feel like I don't hear a lot of that. Like from that school.
No, not at all.
What? Hold on. Are they D1? Are they D1?
Not that I know. Not that I know of. Are they?
Let's see. Oh yeah, they play Bryant. Yeah, they're D1.
Okay.
Yeah, they're D1.
That's such a random school too.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's these like schools that are very high into hockey are obviously having the most athletes in the Olympics, but I still think it's actually pretty incredible that the NCAA is so well represented in it.
Mm-hmm.
They actually make a pretty good salary too.
Yes.
That's pretty sick. That's pretty cool. I'm
very excited. Go Hillary Knight.
I don't know any of the girls, so just go America. Like I said, I can't actually force myself to like get into Winter Olympics. I tried extremely hard. I like snowboarding, I could watch. I'm just like, oh, like the half pipe is actually incredible to watch. But like for some reason, hockey, I was struggling just to get into. It's nothing against the sport because obviously I watch the Rangers, which doesn't really say much. But anyway, I'm trying really hard to like get into like both men's and women's, and I physically can't do it. I just zone out. I'm like,
so I fully believe you need to go to a game
fair
to truly get into the sport.
Fair. I actually haven't been to a hockey game in a really hot minute, so that makes a lot of sense.
Like, I watched hockey all my life growing up, and I go with my family. And then once I started going with my dad more and more and more, that's when it was kind of like, no, I actually really like the sport.
Yeah, no, that's definitely like a fact. I think okay, this is actually going to sound kind of crazy. I've been to one hockey game in my entire life, and it's not even a professional organization. It was the FDNY NYPD hockey game.
Okay, but those are arguably the best hockey games to go to.
It was the scariest hockey game I think I've ever witnessed in my entire life. I saw someone take off their dang skate to try to stab somebody else.
FDNY NYPD hockey games are on another level.
It's quite scary, honestly.
They hate each other.
Yeah, but you would think like, hey, like we work together on a daily basis, but on the hockey rink it's like the hell. But I don't know, yeah, but that's actually really true. It's like that's like me because I went to so many basketball games, and this is obviously I'm biased because I played the sport, but like going to like professional and college games, you can just appreciate it so much more. That also includes for football. I've been to more football games than obviously hockey games, so that's why I'm like.
So I used to go to Farrell hockey games.
Interesting.
Because I had a friend on Farrell's team.
Where'd they play?
One of the hockey rinks. And then like after that, our friend group always had people playing, whether it was beer league or whatever. So like I'd go to Chris's games and I'd go see JJ play. So I was just always around hockey, not on the professional level, which made it easier to get into the professional level.
Yeah.
I want to say they played on Arthur Hill all the way out. There's the ice rink over there.
Oh, that one? Oh, yeah. Okay. I forgot that one even exists, honestly.
Yes. Now that we've already veered completely off topic because we're talking about girls and
Yay!
we're not there. I don't know. I think I said all I wanted to say about women's Olympics. So I guess, Kate, you have anything to add, or are we giving the floor to Samantha?
I think
No,
I was just gonna
I'm-
say we can hand the floor to Sam because I feel like we have touched on everything that I can think of at least.
All right, Samantha.
At least the top news for women's, but
Right.
The floor is yours for the unrivaled and the WNBA. If you want to
words
start
are
there.
hard. Words are hard. Honestly, this is me just kind of going into a rant about this whole league solely for the fact of Unrivaled is created by two current WNBA players, Collier and Stewart. It's only been around, I think, for maybe 2 years now, 3 max. I don't think it's even that, like 5 years. I don't even think it's even close to that. And yet people are actually getting higher salaries in this 3v3 league than their own WNBA contracts. Like, I did the math. Not the math. I actually looked it up. The minimum salary is $100K. Caitlin Clark's rookie salary was $74K. I'm sorry. That's what's driving me ballistic, is the fact that this league is a 3v3 league and they're playing a 1v1 competition for $200,000 on top of their regular compensation for 8 weeks. And the WNBA can't even come to a CBA agreement.
So I guess this is my question. How does this affect the draft moving forward? Because if I was a woman who was potentially being drafted to the WNBA, I'd be like, no, I'd rather go play 3v3 where I can make a minimum of $100,000 when you guys aren't even touching that.
And this is actually reaching like international players too. Like the women who don't make the WNBA or aren't good enough to actually stay on a team for a long period of time, they're actually leaving their, let's say, international team to go play in this unrivaled league for 8 weeks. Like, they're getting national attention from players. And it's insane because WNBA, once again, cannot come to a freaking CBA agreement to pay players properly. So now that this is being created, you would think that you would have some sort of competition that's going to take your players away from this organization because they're getting something better. But these girls won't do that because they love this sport and they love playing the sport. So it's like, I think, let's see. I'm trying to find the max contract for this is $214,000
For one player.
for one player. That's the max contract.
And what's the max contract for the WNBA right now?
I think they have a salary cap now increased to $1 million. And I think there's players that are getting like $100K, but I think that's the highest. Let's see. Highest paying WNBA player. Jackie Young, 2025 season. Okay, so she's getting $252,000. So she's getting the most compared to the Unrivaled League. But let's say, for example, Paige Becker's, right, rookie contract. Oh, damn. 4-year rookie contract. Actually, she's actually getting paid a lot. Oh, here we go. Her rookie salary is $78,000 for a season. Okay, so this is where they get you. The 4-year, you're getting $348,000. But $78,000 for a season, but you're playing an Unrivaled for 8 weeks, getting 6 figures.
It's literally like there's no competition there.
Yeah, but then Unrivaled, she's earning over $350,000 in the first season.
Yeah, why
Exceeding
wouldn't
her
you?
entire value of her 4-year contract.
Why wouldn't you just go to Unrivaled? And that's in 8 weeks. A 4-year contract
Yeah.
being paid out in 8 weeks.
Yeah. And again, these are people who are coming from a structured college program going into a structured WNBA program when it comes to, let's say, the play of sport. So I understand going to a 3-on-3 league and then playing 1v1 for a cash prize is very unconventional. But at
But
the
it's more
same time,
fun.
the money talks, bro.
It's not even that. I feel like 3v3 is always more fun than a structured 5v5 game.
I think they're truly more, I don't want to use the word emotional because obviously, like, they're going to say, oh, because you're women and you're no. I'm saying I think they're truly more passionate about this league. They're showing more emotion, more
Well, it's just different. Even like, I'm going to bring it back to hockey for a minute. Like, overtime hockey is 3v3.
Yeah.
And
Intense.
it's arguably more entertaining, more intense, more fun than watching 5v5 for 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just,
And again,
I don't understand the whole, I don't get it because they're also getting like a $50,000 championship bonus if they win Unrivaled on top of equity, which is like you're getting 15% equity in the league as well. But then it's also saying it's going to impact the WNBA too, just because they're looking to increase to a $5 million cap. But again, it's not set in stone. They're struggling to come to terms with that they're able to do that. And
the
I'm like,
WNBA is going to like shoot themselves in the foot here because if I was any current NCAA player, I'd be like, I actually don't want to be drafted. I want to go play for Unrivaled.
but even then, it also gives these players too, let's say they don't make the WNBA and they actually are playing like overseas and they come to the Unrivaled League, they can actually play against these players to improve themselves and double their chances to possibly getting picked up by
Yes.
the teams, which I understand. Like that's also a good
But
second
why would you
look for
even
them.
want to be? Why would you even want to be picked up if you're making more money in 8 weeks than you'd make in 3 seasons?
It's the title. People are like, oh, I play for the Sparks. I play for the Valkyries. I play for the Liberty. I play for the Aces. It's like in women's basketball, like you don't think of playing FIBA. Like you just don't because overseas FIBA basketball is just not a thing for women.
Yeah.
You always think the end goal should be the WNBA, right? Like that's an end goal for a lot of people. And for those people who are overseas, they're like, I have to get there somehow. And they can use this as a leg up to play. But at the same time, I also agree when it's like, if I'm making more doing 3v3, why the hell would I want to do WNBA when I'm getting paid shit? And just ride the bench sometimes too, like be a practice player. Ugh.
I don't know. That's a nightmare and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
It's a
don't know.
nightmare and a half because I would literally like if I was Paige Beckers, granted she's making decent money, but I'd be like, I'd rather go play here for Brianna Stewart. See you later.
Yeah. Now
And
I
I
need to
get,
think
like-
like, did they create the league? I don't want to say in spite, but how is this league so young, so fresh, so new, and yet they're able to pay players more money than the WNBA, who's been around for years?
It's fully in spite of the WNBA because the WNBA does not treat their players well.
No. They do not. And I'm actually surprised that I haven't seen Caitlin Clark make that move yet.
I don't think she will.
I don't think she will either, but it's just very surprising that she hasn't because of the traction she has gotten in the WNBA. I'm wondering if there's a reason why I know in the beginning she didn't for the first time because of her injury and she wanted to solely like heal and rest up and vice versa. But I wonder if there's something or another reason why she's not.
I think when her contract is up, we might see it happen, but I don't think she would willingly just walk away from a team that drafted her first, did all like gave her flowers that she truly deserved.
Yeah, it's just sad. I see like a lot of video compilations on TikTok of her, and it's like you treated Caitlin Clark like shit. You did this, you did that. You didn't protect her. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. But I'm also like, girls are scrappy. I will say. Girls are scrappy. But the way that they treated her is a little over the top.
So, I guess I have a question. If I understand this, they run the off season. So
Yes.
are they playing both the WNBA and Unrivaled?
Yes. Like Paige
Okay.
Beckers is in Unrivaled right now, and then paid with Cameron Brink, a bunch of other people are in it too.
And then in March, the championship will be, and then because they don't start till May.
Right. So it's
So, I
like
mean,
then you have like a 2-month period ish to like recover off season, vice versa. But like, yeah, no, there's like people that actually play in the league that are WNBA players. Like, was Kate? Is it Kat or Kate? It's Caitlin Clark's best friend. What's her name? Oh my god. She got picked up by the Aces, and then she got traded, and she got hurt. Do you hear this fireworks right now?
Is that what those are?
is that
Who the fuck is lighting fireworks?
It's literally right outside. It's
literally
right outside my
here?
window.
Yep.
And I'm very surprised Jet's not barking.
Absurd.
That's fucking crazy. Anyway.
Okay. So then I kind of understand why you would do both. But like, what's the fun in playing something that you're not getting as much money for when it's the better
Love of the game, baby. Love of the game.
Whatever. Whatever, I'm over it.
Love of the game.
Good for them. Make your bag. Get that bag. Have fun. Go girls. Go Paige.
But the best part is like it's a 3v3 league, right? And you think 3v3 is like, all right, half court. No, they play full court.
But yeah.
But like it's a shortened court. I don't think it's a full 92 feet. I don't think whatever inches it is. But
that's still fun. Like, I don't know. 3v3 is funner. More fun. That was terrible English.
Funner. But
okay. Shut up. Move on.
All right. But
I'm ready for bed.
Me too. But I kind of wanted to like touch upon like my professional career solely for the fact of I've been in the athletic departments where I was either one of 3 girls, one of 2 girls, or one of 1. Right now, I'm one of 3. Last year, I was one of 2. And it's just been one of those things that you are in a male dominant space. And for years, especially at the last school I was at, I was not taken seriously. One bit. So.
Yes. So I don't know what you can say about what you do, but you want to give our listeners a little bit of insight on what you do instead of just you're in a male dominated field.
So long story short, I'm going to explain it as if I would explain it to the new athletes that are like who are seeing me every day. Is I'm the person that does your recaps. The one that keeps your stats. I'm the one that makes your graphics. I'm the one that handles marketing, promotions, interviews, all of that fun stuff. So like my title is athletic communications, but in reality, we're a shit ton of things all in one. If that makes any sense. So like I actually commented on a post, and this is me being a UNC fan actually defending Duke, so this says a lot. This person was saying like Duke lied on their Instagram or their social media, blah blah blah, saying like obviously UNC met back in 1920, their first meeting ever, but then on the website it's like first meeting is 1965. Fun fact, this is where my nerd is going to come out. XML stat files back in 1920 didn't exist. Computer systems to keep statistics didn't exist. So you're lucky you've gotten a written book of everyone who scored a point, got an assist, and grabbed a rebound was kept perfectly intact since 1920.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So you have to figure 1965 is the first actual box that they have that they can put on their all-time series. So yes, their all-time series is going to be a little bit altered, but the NCAA should have obviously that all-time series back in 1920. Just wins-loss. Doesn't matter who scored what, just who won what, vice versa. So it came out this morning, actually, when I was on social media, and I ended it with, I'm a UNC fan, by the way. Just letting you know this. Okay? But I came across something that, like, Lynn University is kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not projecting, but, like, basically just saying that, like, the NCAA is in need of, like, more female athletic directors. And athletic directors are basically the top of the hierarchy when it comes to sports departments, right?
Mhm.
So it's like 22% of them are women in the NCAA, and that's across Division 1, 2, and 3, and they drop lower in Division 1. Drops under 10% in Division 1. Yeah. So like 94% of us are in a position that we have played sports before, but at the same time, there's only 267 female ADs in 23 and 24.
Wow.
So, like, if I can think of the schools that I am working with in the current conference that I'm in, I believe there's only one athletic director out of 8 teams. And then the last athletic director that I worked with that was a woman, the school ended up closing. So now she's out of the job, and now that school and that number is kind of gone. So it's like, I don't know. I'm the type of person that was like, everyone's like, oh, that's a woman in power, essentially. This is more so a person who understands business, a person who understands sports, a person who understands how the business model of the department goes, the culture, the school, and vice versa. There's so much more that goes into being an athletic director that you're not a CEO.
No.
You're not like a powerhouse type person. You're literally just making big key decision that's going to impact the department and your overall student athlete experience and a student experience as well.
Yeah, you are the human version of ChatGPT, essentially.
Basically. But like, you have to think of, these athletic directors have to fight for their department. They have to fight for more money. They have to fight for budgeting. They have to fight for big decisions that are being made. So for example, like my current athletic director, he's a male, but he's doing phenomenal for the department because we are very small and we are growing because we're only year 5 into being Division 2. So it's a little bit of a rocky situation right now. He's fighting for lights on a soccer field. We're getting new turf on baseball. We got new turf on softball. We had to do a reconstruction of our basketball gym. Like, he's doing everything he can to make those big picture decisions, and that's what every athletic director has to do. You can't even make the argument that a woman can't make this decision because this is just very generic, very straightforward. You got to make the decisions that are going to impact your student athlete experience and also your department and how it looks appealing to recruits. And of course, who you're hiring, because your coaches are a big deal too. And your admin, But I just want to just go into that concept because I've dealt with very shitty situations because I've been doubted before. And I've basically been told that, oh, it needs to be done a specific way, which is this guy's way of knowing how to do X, Y, and Z. But when I do it my way, because it's a newer version of doing things, he goes, oh, well, my way would have worked too. Cool. You could do it your way next time.
You're right. Your way would have worked too, but that doesn't mean that we're doing it that way because this way works just as well.
Yeah. Like, I've had conversations with my current coworkers because I've always kept in touch with them, even when I was at other schools. I've spoken to them and I was just like, hey, I'm getting mansplained certain things and I just have to know, am I going crazy? And this is me talking to another man too. So it's not like I'm going to woman. They're just be like, oh yeah, you're so right. Like, he's so, like, it's not that at all. He asked me the questions that was supposed to be asked. Like, did you do this? Is this plugged in? Is this clicked off? All that stuff. And then it was, he goes, well, it should be working and it's not. I go, cool. So it's not a human error. It's a program error that I have nothing to do about, but this guy is blaming me because I can't figure this out. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's tough. it's really, really tough, especially if you have like hierarchy of men who just belittle women. And that was my former school. And I wish I can freaking dox them, but I can't. I'm
You
being
cannot.
nice. I'm
You
being
cannot.
nice. Ugh. I got a text from one of my former student workers the other day, and she texted me saying, "So and so is our boss now." The person that was mansplaining things to me. I said, "God bless."
Quit.
I would. Oh my god! But if this girl did not have the potential to be great, I would tell her to do so. But she's getting such a great experience there because of the success of that department that I can't say no to. Like, I can't tell her to quit because like she'll be losing out on valuable experience, and it sucks because that's what we have to do to grow in this world.
And that's shitty because, like, you know, as smart as some men are, women bring such a different perspective to things and are so much more insightful where men only see a square box. Women think out of that box. And if men would put their egos to the side and truly listen with ears to hear, things would run so much smoother in this world.
Like, it's also 2026. Women are not, what's the word I'm looking for? Not, I can't, we're very sports savvy. We're not, oh, I'm just gonna do my makeup, do my hair, wear heels every day, dress up, this. Like, we're very sports savvy. Even
You're
if we
also
do like, even if we do dress up, we do all this shit, you can still go up to me and talk to me about basketball, and I would probably know more than the person next to me.
Yes. You're also not liking the sport because of a man, right? Like, you like
Correct.
the sport because you like the sport.
Correct.
And that's the other thing that's going on in today's society, that like men just need to put their egos to the side, because I guarantee you the three of us know more about sports than some men combined.
But then there's also women that will hate on other women because they decide to choose sports over doing girly things.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, it's a double-edged sword in that instance where it's like, I can be smack in the middle of, I love sports, I love working in sports, I love watching sports rather than watching Love Island or something like that, Dancing with the Stars. Sorry, I can't watch those shows. I tried, okay? But yet you'll have these women be like, oh my God, you seriously just watch basketball for a living? You watch football for a living? Like, you really enjoy going to sporting events? Yes, I do, actually. Because I sit here and I'm like, this is my life. I project it. This is how I explain what I did to Matt when I first started dating him. I go, you see everything that you see on this basketball court right now, or like on this football field? I do. But
All of
obviously
it.
not to like the full extent
Correct.
of, let's say, fireworks and shit, because we're just a Division II school in the middle of New York, but it's okay. But I go, I do that. The announcers, the social media, the cameras, the music, the student athletes getting hyped, the crowds, all that stuff is me. And it's always stemmed from one thing. And I sit here and I'm like looking at I sit in a stadium and I go, I chose the right path to be in this field solely for the fact that I feel happy seeing all of this happen. It's not coming from me because I'm not a professional organization worker, but I'm just sitting there, I'm just looking at it, I'm like, how sick is this that there's people that can say that this is their job? And some of them are women. There are women on the field now in football. They're photographers or social media people. They ain't just water girls anymore. There's more of them. There's more of them. Just saying. And just want to say, the owner of the Super Bowl this year is a woman. Okay. 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 So just want to put that out there.
Period.
I also did not know the Seahawks owner was a woman until the other day, so that's besides the point.
I think I saw something and it reminded me, I'm like, something in the water in Seattle where they actually like
Support women.
yeah. Like with the Kraken having
Yeah, that's so true.
Seattle loves women.
Yeah.
Maybe the rest of the country should too.
I'm just saying, this
I
is
think
not
we should fire every single GM for every single sport and just hire a woman.
I think the
I'm-
Devils should just hire me as the GM.
Why
Oh
yes?
my gosh.
Can I
Actually,
be
me
your-
and
can I
Kate
be-
can be
I be-
co-GM.
Can I be your assistant GM or the assistant to the GM?
Assistant to
we'll
the
be
okay,
co.
Dwight Schrute.
We'll be co-GMs. We'll be on the same level.
Yeah.
But like this is also not supposed to be like a feminist rant either. Like this is just more so just telling you the truth of we know our shit. We're not
Mhm.
just people who just go to sporting events just because, oh, my boyfriend likes sport. I'm just here to like no. We know our stuff. And if you go to sporting events just to support your boyfriend, kudos to you. I'll give you props because I know some people who won't do that. So I'll give you props to that one. But we actually go to sporting events, even if it's like us three going to a hockey game, even though I'm not a Devils fan, let's say Rangers Devils, it could be a group of girls. That one boy in sight.
Mhm.
And that's apparently so rare these days to see. And I'm like, 2026, there's professional women's hockey now. There's all this stuff. Like, come on.
Everyone loves women's sports.
Honestly, everyone watches women's sports. Okay.
Yeah, they do.
Honestly, I want to get one of those shirts. I really want. I keep forgetting to get one of those shirts. I don't know
I'll
if I
make us
can.
all. I'll make us all shirts that say that with brunettes on the bottom of it.
Yes.
That'll be our first merch. Our first merch drop.
It's just, I just wish we could get. This is coming from me, from my professional experience, from my playing experience, to just being an overall fan. I just wish I got taken seriously a little bit more.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
like I'm very happy where I'm at now because my boss actually really does take into account my ideas. He literally comes to my office. He goes, "What do you think?" Like I'm handling a whole fundraiser campaign for the department. You know what I'm saying? Like in my past, it would not be me. I would just be the person to do the little silly things that no one wanted to do. But here I am doing a big picture thing of something that's going to help me be an AD in the future. And that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, I wish I was always taken seriously a little bit more, but I'm kind of thankful that I wasn't because
Just let you hear.
yeah, I wouldn't be the worker that I am. Like I've gotten texts from coaches saying, we've never gotten this before. We never experienced this before. They're doing things that they have done in the past, but it's like my responsibility. I know it's my responsibility. I'll do it. They'll be like, since when? I go, always?
Mhm.
Like, did no one ever do this for you guys? Like even when I left my old job, the basketball coach texted me. He goes, "There's no way I heard you right that you're leaving me." I go, "Yeah, sorry." Like he was my favorite, and of course it's the basketball coach, so like biased again, but still he was so respectful. He literally texted me. He was very like dumbfounded that I'm leaving, but I explained my reasoning. He goes, "I'm not surprised at all because you have to figure I was the third person in that position in 2 years."
So clearly, it's not a you issue.
I will admit, I was a little bit catty in certain instances, I'll
Yeah,
say,
but
because
I'm
I
sure
just wanted to stand my ground and I wanted to get my point across in certain instances, and it could come off a little bitchy, and I didn't care at some points.
I'm sure it was
because-
warranted. And you know what? You're where you want to be now, so that's what matters.
Oh no, they ain't getting rid of me. I'm stuck here. I'm
Hmm.
stuck here. I looked at my boss. I was like, bro, I don't give a crap where you go. I'm staying.
Yeah.
Unless the school closes, which I don't think it's ever going to be because we're a city school and we're
They'll
getting
never
some-
close.
No, I'm fine.
They'll never close.
I'm stuck here till I'm 65. Then I get my social security.
Circling back, I will not be stuck here till I'm 65. I will not be stuck here till I'm 32, hopefully.
You know,
Anyway, circling back to you saying you wish you were taken more seriously, you know, like every time people talk about things like that, it makes me think of when me and you were in Texas.
oh my gosh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And like, yeah, when we were at we were eating dinner, right? And the guy's like talking to me about baseball and giving me these generic answers about the Yankees, and I'm like, no.
No.
And I get so aggravated. Oh, your favorite player is Derek Jeter. No, it's not. It's never been Derek Jeter, actually. My
See,
favorite
that's
players,
rare.
My favorite player is a player that's not even on the team anymore. Because he wasn't great.
Weaver mentioned.
No, I love him too, but DJ LeMahieu.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Aren't you so proud that I like know the players on the team now?
I am so proud that you know the
Like,
players
I
of the
think-
team now, actually.
I think like a year ago, I could not tell you. I could not tell you anyone other than Ben Rice. And I don't even think I was a fan of Ben Rice this time last year.
she had a time. She had a time, and now she is now a full Yankee fan.
Yeah.
Full Yankee fan. We love it.
Literally defended the fucking Yankees in the group chat because our friend Gab is a Mets fan. And so her
If
and
she's
I-
one of those like hating Mets fans, I apologize on behalf of her.
The thing that started the
Gab's
argument.
gonna listen to this, so
Oh, much love to her. Like,
love you, Gab.
but the thing that started the argument was how Noah Khan's going on tour and he's going to Citi Field. And I was like, oh yeah, like I'm never stepping foot in Citi Field ever again because not because of them. Well, I went to a Mets game there, but it was just
With terrible people.
with people who
Oh
I
my god.
You have
like,
if you go
that
to a baseball game,
experience.
you
So,
need
like,
the right people.
maybe I could go and have a better time, but like until then, PTSD right there. Like I'm not 7 foot in Citi Field, but so like she was calling Ben Rice mid, and I was like, no, you did not. Like that is my Shayla. He is so important to me, and so like her and I were like getting into it, and I was sending stats. I was like, Ben Rice had more home. Oh my god.
Words are hard today.
Ben Rice had more home runs than one of the players that she was talking about. And I was like, okay, mid? And she's like, he's just a mid white man. I'm like, well, first of all, don't come at my bilingual diva like that. Like, he might be white, but he is my diva. Ben Eros.
Our Dominican prince.
But anyways, yeah, literally, like it got heated. I was like, no.
So
I can't. I wish I was a fly on the wall in that group chat. And then this is me as a Met fan just sitting here like,
ironically, I wasn't answering the group chat. I was sleeping. She was talking about Brett Beatty.
oh, King. I'm sorry.
I
love
know.
him.
I adore him. I do love Brett Beatty. However, that being said, and I'm just telling you this, he was a split first baseman. So there were two people playing first base for the Mets last year,
Yes.
which is why his home runs could have been less than Ben's. However,
Wait.
I don't bet Ben Rice will forever be my first baseman.
She compared Brett Beatty to Ben Rice.
Yes.
Who we good?
say is better?
Is she good?
It's you're comparing apples to oranges.
But this is this is my problem. It's Beatty was one of those players that was kind of just like a filler for the time being. If Vientos was doing good, Beatty would go down and Vientos would play. Vientos starts sucking, then we swap, and then Beatty would play. But then also if Alonso needs a break, then obviously we'll either put Vientos at first or Beatty at first, and then vice versa. So it's one of those things that Beatty was just more of like a utility player that was just a filler in a sense, but I don't think he had a prime performing season over Ben Rice. I want Brett Beatty to continue to grow because he definitely had a great year this year. And I want him to grow really, really well this upcoming season. But you got to know who you're comparing now. Like, come on. I would love to make art. This is like
a catcher as well. Like he's multi-talented. I will blaze that man for the rest of my life. I don't even care.
catchers. I was a big fan of Mike Piazza, who was one of the best catchers in the MLB during his time. So it's like he had the home run record for a while, and then David Wright had it, and then obviously Pete Alonso broke it. Pete Alonso said, "Bye, I'm not coming back." That's totally fine. Not really. Anyway, So I'm a big person, like the fan of the catchers when it comes to MLB. I think because of Mike Piazza. I even wore 31 in college for Mike Piazza, and if you go into like my bio, it literally says my favorite player is Mike Piazza as a basketball player. So that's that. So yeah, it's just like, but I would say I am not the Mets player that will hate on a Yankees team.
No,
I
no,
won't. Because
not.
especially
And-
like when you guys play the Dodgers, I'm like I double-edged sword. Who do I choose? The Dodgers, who literally don't even have a salary cap. Obviously, the MLB doesn't have one, but they should. Or the Yankees.
we can have a whole episode about why the Dodgers need a salary cap and what they're doing is illegal and terrible. We whole episode.
Fuck Edwin Diaz.
I hate them. Anyway, no, you're fun to talk to because you're not someone who just hates on the Yankees because you're a Mets fan. Just like I'm not someone who will hate on the Mets because I'm a Yankees fan.
Yeah.
Those fans are so annoying.
You literally came to Mets games with me when the Yankees weren't playing.
Brain rot. Literal baseball brain rot. They're like, oh, little brother, big brother. Shut up. No stats. Know what you're talking about. Shut up.
This is me talking to everyone at work all the time because I have like Mets memorabilia like are on my wall. It's like the box score, not the box score, but like the official book of the time we won the World Series. And then I had the Mike Piazza magazine image, and everyone's like, "You're seriously a Mets fan?" Yeah, I'm seriously a Mets fan because I'm from New York. You know, I had to choose one or the other. My family got me into the Mets. Let me live my fucking life. I am happy with my decision, even though I am miserable 24/7.
Why does it matter which team you chose? You're picking a New York team. Who cares?
I hope you know, I deleted the draft on the Brunettes TikTok because I was like, you know what, this is just really crazy. I texted Ashley. I was like, dude, I just made a whole ranting TikTok of me just going into like, do you ever have the friend that just chooses like all the wrong teams, just miserable the entire time? I'm said friend, okay? And I went to a full thing.
I can't believe you deleted it.
I'm probably gonna remake it again because I just felt like I was just so chaotic in a sense because this is after Caleb Wilson just fractured his wrist, and I was just on like the verge of just cracking because we also just lost to Miami too. So I was just in a very mental like I need to rage headspace. So it was a little kind of chaotic that I might have just scared people a little bit. So I deleted it. I'll redo it. I promise, because that's coming. Because my reaction when I talked about my football team is actually quite comical.
Oh boy. I can't wait to see that.
I do want to circle back to the whole like I'm not a Mets hater. I'm a Yankees defender. So like
That's a way to put it.
let me pull up the ancient texts.
The
Ancient text.
Little Katie
She
the
scrolled
third-
for a baby photo.
and look what I'm wearing. Look what I'm wearing. A Mets hat.
Yeah, girl.
At the what has it always
Shea
been called
Stadium.
City Field?
No, Shea Stadium.
No, it used to be Shea
Okay,
Stadium.
So this is at Shea Stadium. I'm an OG. Like I actually like I went to baseball games as a kid. I just didn't like grow up really like caring about it. And then like last year happened and I was like, fuck, like I found another sport that I have to care about.
Do you want to know how deep my family is the Mets? Like, so my grandfather in his house, I hope he still has it, and his wife, and obviously she's not my grandmother, and just they remarried. Okay, she's not. We're not getting into that trauma anyway. So, he has the original seats from Shea Stadium in his house, and it has like the plaques and everything on them saying like authenticated, blah 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 blah. And he has them in his house, which I honestly should steal and take for myself.
You should steal them. My uncle has Yankee Stadium, like the old Yankee Stadium,
Yeah,
in their basement.
Like it's one of those things that like I remember seeing in his house in like his study one time before he moved down to Myrtle. It was probably the coolest thing that I've ever seen. Because I think I was 8 when Shea got demolished and City was rebuilt.
That sounds right.
I think. But yeah.
I don't
I
know how old I was in that picture. I just know I was a baby.
We used to go to a lot of Mets games at Shea because my aunt got free tickets.
Me too. My dad did too.
So a lot of, and my father's a Mets fan, so a lot of my younger baseball games were either at Shea Stadium. We would do Yankees, but not as much. And we were season ticket holders at the Staten Island Yankees.
R.I.P. That's mad funny. That's actually where we play our baseball games this year. Fun
Yes,
fact.
I know.
That's fun.
But they used to play at CSI, fun fact.
Fun fact. I know. We have the ticket in my office. The first ever Staten Island Yankees game played was at my college, and I have the ticket in my office. I have to take a picture of it.
Yeah, so we had season tickets for them. We used to sit right behind home plate.
Well, fun fact, the Ferry Hawk Stadium is now underwater because I had a water main break. That's why I'm off from work today. So fun fact. I got the text yesterday and I was like, oh.
But so I grew up, my grandfather, very big sports fan, very much wanted all of us to get into sports young.
Mm-hmm.
Like travel basketball, travel baseball, you name it, we were doing it. And so that's where the baseball aspect really came from. I grew up playing basketball. Dad liked hockey. I watched hockey with him. Football, we all watched. My grandfather was big into the football. My father, opposite teams. So it's a very, very divided household. Literally, weirdly. No, like, so mom is Yankees, dad's Mets.
Yeah.
Mom's, so my grandfather was Jets. My father's Giants. I was Giants.
Oh my God, your grandfather saw the only Super Bowl that the Jets ever had in their entire life.
Yes.
Well, what's really funny? The Jets may have made it to the Super Bowl only one time, but we have the best record, man. We're 1-0.
You are 1-0.
Saying.
Fun fact. He's also a Steelers fan.
Interesting. Is there a reason for that?
I will ask my mom because I feel like I know the answer to it, but I don't want to be wrong. But so my grandfather was a Steelers and a Jets fan.
Fun.
And my dad's a Giants fan, and I was like, nope, Giants. But I happily root for New York as long as they're not playing my team. That's how I grew up, being in such a split household. Like, I'm okay watching the Rangers win as long as it's not to the Devils.
There was a time, I think my entire family just chooses misery, but Matt is actually kind of funny. So Matt is a diehard Jets fan, right? We have a dog named Jet, for Christ's sake, okay? So we were just like screwing around and we were just like, oh, like, let's see, like, if we had a boy, like baby names, I was like, you know what? Like, because he doesn't want a junior, but I was like going through like names, like, oh my God, what about Eric Matthew? Like, it's like the flip of his name. He goes, that's a former Jets player. I go, no, okay, got it.
That's a cute name, but no.
Like, every single time we be watching a football game, they'll be like, yeah, look, it's an ex-Jet. And I'm like, all right, we get it. So like, it just going through baby names, I have to be careful because I don't need my child to be already miserable having a name of an ex-Jet. Okay, I can't do it.
No, you can't.
So that's how deep our Jets family is out here. Diverting from a baby name being freaking a Jets player.
We'll have to get Kate. Kate's next introduction to sports is football.
I said that might be a little. The funny thing is, like, my junior and senior year of high school, I like actually got into football because my team, like my school, had made it to like states, and they had won states. So like I was like really into football, and I was like, yeah. And then like after my senior year ended, and I kind of realized that like the school spent most of their funding on the football team when there was all these other sports that were like,
I hate to say it,
same.
That's even in college. Football will get priority in any school, no matter what like sport is there. Like football would be a hierarchy.
I think if I hadn't played a sport throughout all of high school, I would have been like, you know, I probably would have been a football fan, But I, being on the other side where we saw these players, like these athletes, have like all these new things and like get like, praised for everything. And
Mhm.
then there was us with our bags had holes in them, and like we were wearing the same jerseys that they had like 10, 15 years ago, whereas like the football players would get new jerseys like every single year, and it
You'd
was
be
like, this is not
surprised.
fair.
It's solely because I've learned this. It's solely because of like alumni. You
Mhm.
get insane donations and sponsorships from former alumni, especially if you had like a successful football program, like you guys made states. So I can imagine like being an alumni as a football, like, oh my God, my coach like I'm gonna donate $100, $200. Like at the school that I was working at that had football, one of their alumni donated $2 million to make a field house.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
No one in my town growing up had enough money to spare for that.
But you
So
know what I'm
it
saying?
was-
Like it's one of those things that,
That's
like,
what they do though, because like
yeah,
even Mark Pentecost with It Works, the CEO of It Works,
yeah.
built Michigan State's men's basketball practice facility
Uh-huh. Like it's
because
literally all.
they're big into basketball, and they
Mhm.
said, "Here, this is this money for this." It's all political, and who has money. That's what it comes down to.
That's literally what it is. It's like
Yeah.
who has the biggest donations, who has the most like dedicated alumni, vice versa. Like that's literally what it is.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy. But football, if you had to choose, all right, Kate, since you don't really watch football right now, if you had to choose a football team right now off the top of your head,
She's gonna say the Bills.
because of Josh Allen.
I was gonna say the Bills or the Bengals.
Well, because one, the Bills I could see for her because she lived in that vicinity. So I can understand. The Bengals, you can't just do it for Joe Burrow. Okay, come on. Come on.
I love
my man,
I love
wreck
when
my
it's like
plans.
I lived in that vicinity, but Buffalo was still 5 hours away from where I grew up. Whereas
She
like,
actually
the
is closer
closest-
to MetLife than she
Yeah.
is to
No,
Bills.
I'm just saying like
MetLife and
you have to
Gillette
figure,
were
like,
closer than what's
First of all, I am distinctly a Bengals fan for Joe Burrow. That being said, I was a Joe Burrow fan back in his LSU days.
yeah,
Right.
do you like I don't care. I'm just saying I think it's just really funny because I had a feeling she was gonna say the Bills too. But I was
But
like,
like I love Josh Allen, so like
I love Joe Burrow. We all know I love Joe Burrow, though. I talk about that man so much.
I plead the fifth because I don't need my husband breaking down the door right now saying anything about Josh Allen. Like I couldn't. This is like the thing about me. I am a UNC fan, right? So Drake May, Patriots quarterback, played for UNC. Cool. I could not root for Drake May. I said to Matt, I go, in this Super Bowl, I'm actually happy if whoever wins, great, fantastic. Sam Darnold, Drake May, I love that for both of them. So I can't be mad. But now I couldn't even root for Drake May because Matt's like, he's a Patriots QB. You can't do that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be rooting for this guy because he's the brother of Luke May, who was actually on the team that beat Kentucky in the 2017 March Madness. So I'm going to be his fan. I don't care. Solely because of his brother. Not him. I don't even know what he does. I don't even watch him play. Just because of his brother. Family ties. Family ties.
Yeah.
But I get yelled at. So I'm just going to keep that on the wraps. Ow.
Yeah.
So UNC, I might be in UNC in 2 weeks, a month.
Huh?
I might be at UNC in a month and a half.
Why?
Ethan is pitching against them.
Oh no.
They're ranked, dude. They're ranked. They're 11 right now.
Ethan pitches for Boston College.
Hey, yo.
BC. Sorry.
Boston
Boston College is my
one of
college
the
hockey
top.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had two because let me tell you, the Frozen Four 2 years ago was a fucking like I think Boston College went up against the University of Michigan, and I literally was like, I just hope that both teams have fun and that no one gets sad.
And no one gets sad.
And I was actually like taking a train down into the city and I was wearing a University of Michigan hoodie and my Boston College hat. And I was like, yeah, people are gonna look at me and be like, are you
You're a little
mentally ill,
confused.
or-" But
Ethan is like a top MLB draft prospect, actually. Fun fact, everyone.
that's so slay.
On that note,
Wait, so remember before we started recording, I wanted to go into something about Steve Cohen really quickly.
Yes.
yes.
All right. Ash, I'm waiting for Ashley's face for this because she even agreed with me that this decision needs to be made. Steve Cohen says there will never be a captain as long as he's an owner. Mm-hmm.
Fire him.
Shocked.
Fire him. Sell the team
This means.
right
It
now.
literally says Steve Cohen said Monday he will never name a captain as long as he's in charge. Sees speculation that the franchise will one day grant Francisco Lindor the title. As long as I'm owning the team, there will never be a team captain. That was my decision. My view is the locker room is unique. Let the locker room sort it out year in and year out. I'm like, that's
a terrible train of thought. That's terrible logic. What is wrong with you? Sell your team. Sell it to me.
And
Brett Beatty is my number one starting first baseman at all times.
he literally said that
Sell
naming a captain was unnecessary since he purchased the Mets in 2020. He goes, my view is every year the team is different and let the team kind of figure it out in the locker room without having the designation. Actually, having a captain in baseball doesn't happen often. It's actually unusual. So whatever previous ownership did, that was their way of doing things, and I look at things differently. I get it.
No.
No. I get wanting to do things differently.
Yes.
I understand that. But to use the terminology of saying to figure it out in the locker room without designation.
Let the locker room figure it out is terrible because you know how toxic locker rooms end up when they can't figure things out?
Yeah, like it's one of those things that a captain doesn't mean anything. Like it's one of those things that like it's not saying like it's a designation type of thing. It's yes, you get this is like in college. You have a captain in college, right? But you get a fresh team every single year and you get renamed a fresh captain every single year. So you have a new designation within 4 years, essentially 2 years max. So in professional sports, when you have a person that's actually on the team for a certain contracted year and then gets re-signed, he's basically on the team for his entire career. David Wright, for example, he was on the team for his entire career and was named a captain. And no matter what, the Mets had great success under him.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a stupid move. I think that's dumb.
I just think it's very, I don't like the logic of figuring out themselves.
No, it's not a good look for the team. And it says, I don't really care.
She was, they're grown men. They're grown. They don't need the type of like guidance in the sense of like squashing beef. They can figure it out. That's what they can figure it out. But when it comes to having a leader, someone to hype up the clubhouse, someone to hype up the bench, someone to get literally get the team going on the field, making big plays, big hits, or even sacrifices in a sense, that's what you need. Someone who always puts on a strong front, and that's what he does.
Right. And you don't want to name it bullshit. Sorry, who your leader is, and he deserves it. Because if I was him, I'd be like, I'm leaving. Like,
I don't like the sense of not naming a captain.
No, not at all.
I really don't. I think this is the former athlete in me talking, because I remember growing up, I would always look towards the captains for guidance in a sense.
Of course you would.
Like, even if I couldn't go to my coach or I couldn't go to the administration or something,
you could go to your captain.
Correct. But again, they're not children. They're grown men. But they can have a conversation saying, hey, man, like, I'm in a slump. Like, hype me up, talk to me, let me vent it out. He'll sit and listen. And
Yeah.
this is obviously not me just talking about Lindor. This is any captain. he
Anyone,
or she.
yeah.
Like, it's the whole purpose of a captain is a leadership role model. Someone that's not your GM, someone that's not your owner, someone that's not your pitching coach, hitting coach, trainer, whatever it is. This is someone who's on their team on the same playing field as you.
Yeah.
You need to have some sort of guidance and leadership. I'm sorry.
I fully agree with you. I'm so glad I said this will be a nice. This is going to be a quick episode because we're not talking about much. We're just talking about women.
But this is what happens
about
when we
everything.
rant. This is what happens when we rant and we don't have a structured episode. And I love these kind of episodes because this is where we get to be our unique selves. Like me spiraling out, Ashley going off on like other topics, Kate chiming in and be like, "Bemras." But like, it just shows us. It shows like how we talk to each other, how we can disagree but also agree at the same time. The unstructured.
We are different but the same.
Literally, I am literally the opposite of everybody in here. So
We are like, there's two halves of the same brain, but like one half is, there's the left brain and the right brain. There's probably a more scientific word for that, but
you can. I don't know.
like
We're three halves of a whole idiot.
Facts.
like imagine a brain. I need to stop myself but like one brain,
Anyway.
half of the brain is like fans of a specific sports team, and then the other half is a fan of a different sports team, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, this is the same brain, but like it's like there's
She just muted herself.
No, I muted her.
Okay. Bitch.
Oh my god, that's
Bitch.
hysterical.
Who can play that
I
game?
wonder.
Who can play that game? I can keep going.
Oh my god, wait, that was actually hysterical. I thought she actually muted herself on accident, and it's like God saying, "All right, that's enough, Kate. Enough."
I wonder if I can just.
Damn. Well, we learn something new every day.
That was
Uh,
phenomenal. That was
I
phenomenal.
was almost done.
Well, we will never know the ending of that idea.
All I was
She was
going to say
explaining
was
brains to us,
at
guys.
one point throughout this thing, like I fully thought I was going to fall asleep just because like I'm so tired. So like every word that comes out of my mouth right now, it might not make sense.
Gibberish.
Yeah.
Well, on that note,
Hold on, I gotta get it up. I close
we
it up.
don't need to. No, because it's literally just female, so we're just gonna wing that.
We're just gonna wing it.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. We spiraled. We got very off topic, but also not because it all kind of meshed into itself.
You know,
It worked.
Good times.
It worked.
It worked really well. I'll give it
And
that.
I don't know. See you next week. Go Team USA. Hope you get the gold tomorrow.
Sorry.
Fuck Steve Cohen.
Fly high, free bird.
And on that note, good night.